Yeah. Nice to meet you today. We are here with Don Failla, the legend of MLM. He is the famous one in network marketing person that wrote the very important book, 45-second presentation that can change your life. He invented a system on your life of 3 steps, how to do network marketing in completely different way, not product but approach or business approach, but lifestyle approach. Today we have a chance to listen to him and ask him the question. The first part will be his presentation, and then there will be part with question and answers. You can write this question in the chat or just ask, no problem. And of course, these meetings are recorded. If you would like to have the links, please join our YouTube channel, First Steps on Your Life. You have here the logo of that channel, so everything is over there. There are also you are able to switch your subtitles in different languages if you need to, and enjoy. Thank you very much, Don, for being here, and the stage is yours.
Thanks a lot, dziękuję. That's thank you if you don't know Polish. Okay.
Gracias.
So anyway, like I mentioned, we're going to do something a little different today because everybody here has already seen the training several times, but we were talking before we got started here, and one of the things I'm really most excited about is that once people understand that when you sponsor 10 people who are active, now when I refer to active, I'm going to kind of elaborate a little bit here. Active means they're like gold ships, people that really are actively building a business. So once you have done that, you can go the rest of your life and you never have to sponsor another person. Because remember, if you're duplicating, which you know means going 3 or more levels deep. So you've got 10 people to help go 3 levels deep. Well, 10 goes to 100, you got 100 people to meet, and 100 goes to, 1,000, you got 1,000 people to meet. You get to the 4th level, now you got 10,000 meet. You don't have time to work with more than 10 legs. Besides, you don't need to because you'll be making a fortune. And as most of you have already heard, that if you do what I just suggested there, in 3 to 5 years, you will be able to do what took me 25 years to do. Now, think about the people who are recruiting people to sell, okay? They spend their whole life, if they stay around long enough in the business, looking for people to recruit. Because anybody that they bring into the business to sell, they don't last because nobody wants to sell, okay? Very, very few people stick around. So, and then they don't get any motivation because remember, we talked about motivation that as you're going deep, when someone in your downline sponsors someone while you're sleeping, okay, you wake up in the morning, you see I've got a new person there, you're excited, okay? I'm excited. I wake up and not counting weekends. I'm averaging now well over 500 people a day signing up. Now, it didn't start with 500, it started with 1. And it's all about getting 1. And you've heard me say that this is the biggest industry in the world where the blind are leading the blind. People don't have a clue about network marketing or teaching other people how to build a business, okay? And you can spot these people, like, for example, if you're listening to a company training and someone gets up there and says to the new people, the first thing you have to do is, you've got to make a list of 100 names. Well, see, that's what a sales manager tells a salesperson to do. Why do you need 100 names to sponsor 1 person? Okay. I mean, you get that 1 person and you start helping them duplicate. In the process of doing that, you get 1 more, et cetera, et cetera. And now, instead of stopping at 5, because the book was written 36 years ago, we stopped at 5 because we didn't have the app, the system, and the technology back then. So you couldn't work with more than 5 serious people. but now you expand it to 10. Now, I tell people, if you really feel like you need to have a list of names, make a list of like 5 names of people that you know that you would help, like teach them how to own their life, so they could go on a cruise with you in a year. That's all I need for a list of names. So anyway, we're excited about that. And then maybe some of you haven't heard the latest thing that really got me excited too. I've got a new person in my downline who sponsored a person, and the person she sponsored owned a company with 66 employees. It was a construction company. And she heard me say that I'll do $150 million in volume this year. And I don't even have a secretary. See, look at the difference between network marketing and traditional business. Traditional business, you have overhead. You put up a building, you have inventory, you have employees, you have payroll, long hours, and so forth. See, in network marketing, the only basic overhead you have is you got to make a purchase of some products each month to qualify to get paid. Okay. So for example, out of the 150 million, that over 150 million I'll do this year, the only thing I personally handle is what I order for myself. Okay. And that's it. The company delivers products to all the people in my downline, which are all over the world. Okay. They pay the bonus checks to everybody, which are all over the world. So I don't have a secretary. And when this gal heard that, she got so excited that she said, man, I love network marketing. I mean, I don't ever want to be in a traditional business again. So that's what we have to work with, folks. We have something to offer people, and see the reason why, so many people out there are against, or negative about network marketing is because, when the industry started, people were just recruiting people to sell. And so basically, virtually almost everybody knows someone who's been in network marketing that failed. And see, I want you to understand that they didn't fail, in network marketing because they never did network marketing. They got in network marketing and they did sales, and sales does not work. You've already heard me say that 95% of the people, don't want to sell. In fact, on the news in America here, a few months back, they were talking about it. I said only 4.7% of the people in America want anything to do with selling. So think about this. You got people getting recruited into network marketing. We're trained to go out and recruit people to sell. So you've got 90% of the people out there looking for the 4.7% of the people who can't make it. Salespeople can't make it in network marketing because they don't duplicate. And when you don't duplicate, you will get to a point where you have so many people in your organization that people are dropping off faster than you can add them. So when that happens, person thinks there's something wrong with the company, product, marketing plan, sponsor, whatever. But someone shows them another hot deal. They're off to the races on a new hot program. A year goes by, guess what happens? Same thing, no duplication. So now they're ready for the next program and their next program. And again, when you run into people who've been in 2, 3, 4, 5 different programs, just tell them that they didn't fail in network marketing in those companies because they never did network marketing. So that's really simple. But, the business is so simple. As you know, you got 2 elements. You got the vehicle, which is your company product marketing plan. That's the vehicle. But, we have an analogy here that if you own a Lamborghini or Ferrari, if you didn't know how to drive, would you let someone go around the block in your brand new Lamborghini if they didn't know how to drive? They say, well, no way. Well, see, that second element in network marketing is that you need to know how to drive, which is understanding network marketing. And when you understand it, you know how to drive. And that, of course, is why the book has sold over 11 million copies. It's in all the major languages. And I think pretty much everybody here knows the book is being updated. It's about 99% completed now, being updated. Hasn't been updated in 36 years. And when the book comes out, it'll be coming out with the app here very shortly. And you'll get it, when you get the app in both print and audio. But it's got everything. I mean, the people who like the original book are going to love the new book, because there's so many things that are antiquated in the old book or the original book. See, the industry has gone through three major phases. The first one, of course, was back 50 years ago, people would invite people to hotel meetings. Okay, well, then you'd hope they showed up. Nance and I stayed at Marriott Hotel across from at Newark, New Jersey for 1 month one time. And every Thursday evening, they had a network marketing company was in there doing a meeting. And we'd go down to the lobby and we'd observe it. And we'd see them bring in all these boxes of products and stuff. So they're, about ready to teach your people to sell their products, okay? Well, we observed that very few people showed up at the meeting. But then after the meeting, there were 3, 4, 5 times more people in the coffee shop. So actually, over time, the industry had evolved to not doing that anymore, because that cost a lot of money to rent the hotel rooms and so forth. And it evolved to having sizzle sessions in restaurants, okay? And so that's the way it evolved. But then we had a little problem with that because a year ago, all the restaurants in California were closed. But by the time that happened, that didn't affect our business at all, because we had already evolved to the latest trend in network marketing, and that's having Zoom trainings, okay? When you're doing a Zoom, now like this is a Zoom sizzle session here. So, think about before we had the app system, technology, and Zoom and so forth, people would invite maybe 3 to 15 people to the sizzle session. They'd come 3 to 15 different directions, okay? Driving 15 minutes to an hour to get there. They spend an hour and a half at the sizzle session. And basically, some of those people didn't get home till 10, 11 o'clock at night. Well, see, back then, of course, the spouse was home alone, raising the children. And if you did that more than once a week, you were in trouble with the spouse, okay? See, that doesn't happen anymore. I do anywhere from 1 to 5 of these sizzle sessions a day. It could be anywhere from 1 person to, what do we have here? 10 people to 100 people. The largest one I did was 2,000 with 2 of Tony Robbins' translators in Moscow. We had 2,000 people. So you don't have to go anywhere. And like in California, the price of gas now is hitting $7 a gallon. It's going to go up to $8 and $10. Okay. So you go to a sizzle session, that costs people money to do that. And it's not the money that's important, it's the time. How much time did it take you to go there, come home? And again, like I said, you're lucky, to do one of those things a week. Well, can you imagine if all the people who are active, let's say you have 10 active people who are all gold shifts, if they only did 1 sizzle sessions a day, can you imagine how much faster your organization would grow? Grow 7 times faster. So that's one of the 2 basic reasons why you can do in 3 to 5 years now what took me 25. Because like I said, the book was written 36 years ago. It stopped at 5. 5 goes to 25, 125, 625, 3,125, and so forth, okay? Well, can you imagine when you can expand it now because you have time to 10, okay? 10 goes to 100, goes to 1,000, goes to 10,000, to 100,000. You put those 2 next to each other and see the difference. Difference between 10 and 5 is 5. Difference between 125 is 75. The difference between 1,000 and 125 is 875. Do this yourself out 6 levels deep, and you'll see how you can do in 3 to 5 years what took me 25 years to do. So anyway, we're excited to get the app out. It's coming very, very close. It will be coming out first in English. And of course, that becomes the base. And from the base, the company's already told us that they can, the company we have has 370 employees out of Canada. And they've got a whole team of people working on it. But they said they'll be able to add a new country's language every 3 weeks. So we're going to start with Polish second, then German, and then Italian and so forth. And it could go a variety of directions there. I know Matt has been very active, and we'd like to get it in Swedish, and we're going to get it in all the major languages. I mean, we'll have the thing as soon as possible in about 26 major languages. And we're the only entity in the world. I have the only app in the world that teaches people how to drive the vehicle. Do not anticipate any competition with this, because nobody else has written a book that sold 11 million copies, and nobody else has done training seminars in over 35 countries around the world. So, so we're ready to roll with the app. So why don't we open it up for questions? If you want to chat it over to Adriana, she can ask it for you, or just raise your hand and unmute yourself, and we can go from there.
So we can make a photo today? No?
Yeah, we could do that.
Okay, so turn on your cameras, if you can, of course.
If we get
Everybody-
James' camera on, we'll have 100%.
Yeah. James, are you there?
I think James went to the bathroom.
Show up. No. Don't you forget about your hat.
I was just kidding, Matt.
Without
Gotta
that,
get one.
it's not complete. Okay, so ready, steady, thumbs up, and smile, please. Thank you very much.
So if you haven't heard yet, that when the app comes out, we are going to have a store in the app. So people that want to get hats and pins, and Adriana came up with the idea because I'm known all over the world for wearing a Hawaiian shirt. I don't own a suit, but I own 400 Hawaiian shirts. Okay, so we're going to have a really cool Hawaiian shirt design with Own Your Life on it. We'll have that in the store. And of course, you'll be able to get the new hard copy of the book. You're going to get the book on the app in print and audio, but you can only send out 5 chapters, okay? You'll have the book for yourself, but you'll be able to get that from the store, and they'll be available in quantity discounts. So a lot of people still want hard copies because they like to underline things or whatever. So anyway, open for questions.
Wait, I will